Assalamu alaikum, kids.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
All right, how are you?
Great.
That's nice. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Amazing.
All right. So today we are going to talk about first how we will discuss. First, I will show you some game, and then we will talk about some points, and then we will get back to this game again. And you have to tell me whatever you have learned in Python, where you can see those things. All right. So in this screen, can you see there is something written here at the top? It's a VEX 7. And on
What?
this button, you can see it is written play. Can you see that? There's a character,
Yeah.
and something is blipping on the top of that. Press down to enter, right? So let's play. We'll go in the game. And in this game, it shows us that move with arrow keys or WASD. And I can move it left, right, or jump, and it can sit also. And now let's go back to your assignment. Then we will talk about new subject, like what topic we are going to study in Python. And then we will get back to this game again, and we will talk about what we have learned. Let's go back to Python. Welcome back. And the first thing, I really appreciate both of you that you follow the step and you generate a Python notebook by yourself and send back to me. Now I will first review Muhammad's notebook. So this is Muhammad's work, what he has done. So in the first you wrote 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Amazing. Oh, you wrote A, B, C up to Z. Very nice. But you have to write a lot of these things. Nice. So Muhammad is a good in football. Alright, you're a good footballer. This is Muhammad's coding. That's nice. Pretty good. Your name, and see everywhere you have written using single quote. Pretty nice. And then you come back to, like, you make a division, and you can see there are a lot of these decimal points at the end, like there are a lot of numbers, right? Can you see that? Perfect. Nice. That looks very good. Amazing job. Nice. So now I'll go to Ashtolfa's work. Let's go with that. Alright, so for Ashtolfa, you did 2 plus 2 equal to 4. That was nice. Alright, so you wrote your name with a single quote. So this time you never tried using, like, removing these single quote and running that and giving the error.
It's not.
Ashtolfa is not defined. Okay. So, but right. Okay, so you hello world, I'm a girl. We know you. That's pretty nice. Good. And alright, so here you can see that there looks like some red lines which is showing that you have indented your code. This is called indentation. See? The space you give at the start is called indentation. What's the word?
Indentation.
Indentation. Yeah, indentation means that you put some spaces at the start of something. So that's what we call indentation. So if you just get rid of that, it is not an error, but it doesn't look good. Now see, it's beautiful. 1/2 is 0.5. Nice. Oh, now what you did here, this is something very interesting. I'm not going to talk about that, but if you will see that you put 3,345 and you multiplied and you said 4,9876. But in the output, you see something very different, like a tuple. This is called a tuple. I'm not going to talk about that. What is tuple? We will talk for sure in later videos. But you wrote something unintentionally and it changed into something interesting. Like if you could do 1, 2, 3, and once you run that, you make a tuple. What is tuple? We don't know. Just relax. We'll talk about that, okay? And you did the division, pretty nice. And what number is that? Can you anyone tell me what number is this? Like, is it?
It is 0.3.
No. I'm not saying that you have to read it. I'm saying that. Do you know what is meant by this? Like, when we are saying 0.3, is it an integer? It is a float? What number is that? Do you know? Anyone? Is it integer or it is float?
I think it's a float.
What is integer and what is float? Or
Integers
decimal?
like 1. Integers like 1, 2, 3.
That's correct.
And that it can be fraction.
No.
And so on.
No, listen, I will let you, I will tell you. So 1, 2, like 1, 2, 3, something, whatever, even minus, they are numbers, they are integers. And if we have something 1.5, 1.4, or if we will write 2.3, so any decimal number which has a decimal point in it, they are float. What we call them?
Float.
Float. Perfect. All right. So these are the floating answers. Woo-ha. Look at that. Yeah, I can see this. I'm so friendly. Yeah, I know this. So you generate some percentage and you use that fraction, variable, percentage. Pretty nice. So this whole like your homework was pretty nice. You did very amazingly. Now we will talk about our next topic, and we will go back to the game again to talk about, and you have to find whatever you have learned, where you can find those things, okay, in that game. Let's go with our current subject. All right. So this is our current topic. So today we are going to talk about integers, string, and Boolean. These three things we are going to talk about. Integer, string, Boolean. What is that? Let's go one by one. So all negative and positive numbers, they are like which don't have any decimal point, they are actually called integers. Like 3 is an integer. You can write 6, you can say 10, you can write 100. All of them are integers. You can write minus 20. It is also integer. All of them are integer. Okay. And what are string? So whenever we will say integer, you remember they are minus, 0, or positive numbers, but they don't have decimal point. Okay? Now the second part we are going to talk about, like, what is string? So like any name, word, any sentence, like if you will see minion, so this is string. So if you will see, let's suppose, press button. What is this? This is called a string. If you'll press, you'll see press button, right? Or if I will say you can run now, it's a string, okay? Anything. So you can write a plain English, any word in a string. You can write even numbers. You can say 3 into a string. That's fine. It's not a number, it's a string. If you will put single quotes, that's a string. Even you put a number in it. That makes sense?
Does it also work for double quotes or only single quotes?
So if I will write down, like in a double quote like this, 3, the same. Double quotes and single quotes are string. Whatever you will write within that will be a string. And you have to try different string. You have to write different thing in a string and you have to come back again in the next assignment. And the third one, let's suppose if I will say anything whose answer is true or false. If I will say, have you taken your meal? Yes. No. So we have these two answers, yes or no. true or false. Like if let's suppose I'm playing a game, someone is shooting a bullet. If I will hit by a bullet, then this game knows, does he hit by the bullet? He will say yes. Then we'll say, okay, one player is gone. So in this way, this Boolean gives the decision. What we call it? A Boolean. Boolean means true or false.
Boolean.
Yeah, Boolean has these two values. You can see this T is capital, true, and the other one is false, right? That makes sense? There is no other value, it's true or false. If you are playing a game and you never step on some fire, you're safe. Your power won't be deducted, okay? Like you're in safe mode. Make sense? Okay, perfect. So we know now three things: integers, string, and Boolean. And how many values we have in the Boolean? 2. True and false. Perfect. Amazing. So now here you can see you can find type of anything using this type function. Now I'm going to talk about like this type function. Can you see this word? Type.
Yes.
If you want to know what is that, so you just write down type like this and put them in your, like you say type, and in this parenthesis write whatever you want. Let's suppose you can write 10. What will be the type of this? Anyone can guess? What is 10?
10 is
10.
No, I'm asking about type. What is 10?
It's a number.
No.
integers.
Integer. It's an int. Okay, so what if I will say type of apple? What's the type of this?
String.
String, perfect. What will be the type of true?
Boolean.
Boolean, amazing, that's nice. Now let's run our code and see if we are right. And this print is just showing us, what's that? You can see this type 3 is int, this is string, and this is Boolean. And what if I will write here, if I will say print and I say type, and here if I, any other thing, let's suppose if I can write 10.0, what will be the type of this? Anyone can guess?
It's the same because it's 0
Same
with
what?
nothing. Integers.
Stalfa, your guess.
I think it is, well, it's not an integer because integer cannot be a decimal
Perfect,
number.
that's good.
So it has to be.
Let's see. It's a float. Can you see this? Here, I already mentioned that any number, negative or positive, which don't have a decimal point is an integer.
Does it also
The name was confusing.
Let Mohammed complete. What, Mohammed?
does it also matter with a 0? Because if it's
Yes.
10
Even if
point 0, doesn't 0 worth nothing? So the point will be nothing.
from the mathematical point of view, you're right, because decimal point is already there. But in programming, if you write dot, that computer, this Python says, oh, you're talking about a float, even we are just put 0. So if we never put 0 and we just write 10, Python will say, I know you're talking about int. And if you will say, you put some point, so you say, oh, you're talking about float. So here you can see in this 10.0, I can even write here, instead of that, 3.0. So see, these 3 are different. The first 3 is integer and the second 3 is float, right? Now,
Yes.
we are going to talk about only one operation. What thing? One operation. We are going to talk about
One.
addition. The word?
Only one.
this plus sign. Now here you can see what will be the answer when we will say 3 plus 4.
7.
7. Perfect, that's nice, great. Can I add 3 plus 4.2? How many types in this expression I have written? How many types are there?
2.
So which of...
One integer and one float.
Perfect. And if I will add that, it's a 7.2. The answer will be in float, right? Great, amazing, that's nice. You had to try different expression to generate different result. Now let's talk about string. Can we add string? Let's see.
Yes.
How many strings are here?
It's just like example of
No,
a
listen.
rainbow.
Just let me ask one question. If I will add 2 string, what should be the answer? Muhammad, now you tell me. If I will add them.
Umar bin Imran.
So what will be the answer if I will add Umar?
Umar bin Imran.
Where is bin? I haven't written anything, so no, I'm just asking. So just forget. Let's suppose if I will say A and B, what will be the answer?
Add.
You're saying add A B. Perfect. That's good. Well, I'm saying when we add string, they don't add actually. Let's suppose if I will do now in this string, if I will say 3 and I write down 4, what will be the answer?
34.
34.
34. Yes, that's great. It's not 7. It's 34. So strings just concatenate. Concatenate means they just append. We just like a magnet. They just clip together. Tick. Right?
So Umar plus Imran
Is
was Umar Imran.
yeah, if I will just write down this and run it. So how I can fix it? They are together. How I can fix it? I have to put a space here. Like that. Now,
Okay.
what will be the answer of this? Right? You have to try. I'm not going to run. You have to try it yourself and you have to come back with different expression. You have to do by yourself and you have to come to me and you have to tell Imran, that's what we found. It was so different and you have to explain me. Okay? Now, we learned about integer, we learned about string, we learned about Boolean, and we talk about we can add them. Yeah, float too. Now we'll
Wait.
go back to the game and then you have to tell in this game where are string, where are integers and all that thing. You have to find. Let's go to the
I have a
game.
question.
Yes.
I have a question. Sorry to interrupt, but you gave us a homework. So are we supposed to write the thing that you wrote up there, like you can add Boolean?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
try different expression, like you have to add them. You have to play with them. Just try adding.
Okay.
It's like you can add an integer with a string. See if you get some error, or they just can add. Just do practice and come back with the next assignment. And like you have
Okay.
to do different expression again. Now let's go to the game and you have to find me and you have to tell me we're integer, we're float, we're Boolean, we're string. Let's go for this. Welcome back. Alright, so now in this game I will just point, like you have to tell me which is what is what. What is this? Move with the arrow keys or WASD. What is that?
String.
It's a string. It's not a spring. It's a string. Okay?
Sorry.
And what is here on the top? Level hub.
String.
String, perfect. And what's this?
Integer.
Integer. That will be amazing.
Integer.
Good job. And there is a time. Okay. And here's a person sign, something. Yeah, we can see percent. let's suppose if I will move forward and grab it. See, something is coming. So if I will just hold it, if I just
Integer.
jump,
Not integer. String.
yeah, it's a string, but see, now
Yeah, it's a
see
string.
in this code. Now listen to me. Now in this code, he is holding that because of some boolean. What's that? Like he's saying, if this player grab it like it is on this level, then he will stick here. So there is some boolean. When he jump, let's suppose he is jumping. So if he jump here, he doesn't grab. Oh buddy, come on, this is here and there.
Just go forward.
Oh,
And
here we go, we caught it. Yeah. Now when he caught that and we are moving forward, see, these arrows are coming. And now see what's happened. I'm going to ask if he is going to slide. Oh, he bumped, he crashed, right? So he died. In this way, if he bumped, so listen to me when I'm saying, if he hit his head on the wall, he died, and then the player is starting
Boolean.
again. It's a boolean. Yeah. So that's amazing. You found all these three things in this game. So we are going step by step to develop some game in future, right? Fist bump and have a great day.